Big weekend in the world of combat sports. We got a big UFC. We got PFL tomorrow. We've got the actual Taylor Serrano. What? Wow. I mean, this is something. For those listening right now, GC wearing an Amanda the Real Deal Serrano t-shirt and sitting in front of a Puerto Rican flag on this here program. Where did you get to? By the way, I have to say, nice shirt.
Thank you. Yeah, it is a nice shirt.
Where'd you get it? From the official store?
Yep.
One thing I really appreciate about you, you're big on the merch.
Oh, gotta have the merch. I love getting into something like this fight.
Yeah.
And getting the merch.
Merch. Now, how long ago did you buy that?
Like 2-3 weeks ago. I tried to get Frank to get one, but he didn't want one.
Why didn't you want one, Frank?
This is official merchandise.
Yeah. Or is this Bumblefly or whatever?
Redbubble.
Is it Redbubble?
Yeah, it's Redbubble.
Is it?
They're quick with the shipping.
But the money
sent me
doesn't.
the link. I forwarded it to my wife, and
The money doesn't go to her.
Like, but that's Redbubble.
Frank's wife is very anti-Redbubble.
I guess because the money doesn't go to the actual person.
No, it's because of the quality of the product.
What is it, like one of those like Gildan shirts that feel like
it's
cardboard?
Just a t-shirt. It's a t-shirt. It's a one-off. I'll wear to get on Monday after.
But it's a cool logo.
It's a really cool logo. This logo was not in the official store. I mean, it's a cool logo. Puerto Rican flag, Amazon purchase. Some people might think this is like a Zoom background or something. This is the real
this
thing.
Is legit. No,
I'm not going to touch it because I'm scared it's going to come down, and that would be my worst nightmare. I can't disrespect the people of Puerto Rico like that.
So you're all in.
I mean, I'm all in. I'm doing it for Frank. Frank bought the buffalo chicken dip to the UFC party. I said if he comes, he's a diehard Amanda Serrano fan. I'd be on board with him.
Are you a diehard Amanda Serrano fan?
Diehard.
You are diehard.
Yeah.
I was with her yesterday. You know this, right?
I saw that. Those were, you didn't see me retweet them.
No, I didn't. Are you?
I'm just too little for that.
Well, are you verified? I only see verified retweets.
It was actually on Instagram. Just to be
I don't know what Frank's going to do if she loses on Saturday.
And Frank's going.
It'll be an empty spot in front of the console on Monday.
Frank, you first time going to MSG?
Yeah, actually it is, yeah.
Wow.
This is crazy. Yes.
In this control, I've lived here for 8 months. I've been like half a dozen times.
Corporate Alex, first time.
First time. 16 years he's lived there.
Mysterious Frank, first time. How long have you lived here?
We don't have to discuss that.
Why? Why are you so guarded about what very bizarre details? Yeah, who cares? Are you on the run? Like are you seeking asylum or what's happening?
How many times do I have to blink to?
Well, this is a big deal. I feel. Yes. I mean, we got Eddie in studio. What a fantastically good-looking man, right? I mean, he's got the tan. He's got the stubble.
Yes, he's tall. He's tall.
Very tall.
He's tall too, which is you can't really appreciate that. Yes, imposing for sure.
I actually was with. I don't know if you guys know this. I was with Katie and Amanda yesterday, and we were about to start.
I didn't see that.
I was about to start the thing, and there's a little tension in the room. To be fair. And I was like, thanks guys. I appreciate you doing this. I know you don't love doing it. And Amanda was like this. And by the way, it's coming out later and it's actually really good. But she's like, yeah, definitely don't like doing this. I was like, oh gosh, this is going to be tough. But I warmed them up.
This is Amanda said she doesn't
Amanda
like
said
this.
Yes. Yeah.
Katie was a sweetheart. They were pretty good on the Today Show.
Yeah.
I tuned in. Short. But
it was like a 4-minute. What's it like getting punched in the face for a living? That type of stuff. But I feel the buzz. Do you feel the buzz, or is I
mean, they're getting the Empire State Building colors. When I saw that, I was like, the buzz is on.
Yeah.
I wonder if what they're gonna do around MSG. If they're gonna do some custom lights for that.
Oh, they always do that. Yeah, that's pretty standard. They'll do the blue and orange, the red and blue for the Rangers. I love it. I'm hyped. And so I guess the cat is out of the bag. You're officially going with Amanda Serrano, who right now is the favorite.
Yeah. I feel like that's been out of the bag for some time now.
Yeah, I was referencing that.
Yeah.
I mean, now you're just going, full bore. But the question is, when you made the bet, was she the favorite or the underdog?
She was a slight favorite. I tried to get her at the underdog, but I did not get it in time.
Okay.
I mean, it opened at like -110, -110. I think you can get her as low as I think she's as low as like -150 now.
Listen, I'm unbiased, but I think this is crazy. I was next to both of them. First of all, Katie Taylor is a 135-pounder, legit. In fact, she could probably fight higher than that as well. Amanda Serrano has fought at 35, but she is not a natural 35er. In fact, she has fought as low as 115.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a size difference. And I think what Eddie said is 100% accurate. In fact, I referenced it yesterday as well. Katie's last two performances, were a little lackluster. She was lacking motivation. She was not really into the opponents. There was nothing really getting her going. This is someone who, by the way, in case you don't know, won an Olympic gold medal back in 2012. Yep. Amanda Serrano was on both Jake Paul fights, the cards on Showtime, August, December, got the rub from Jake. I think there's a lot of people who are falling victim to that. And also falling victim to the last two performances, Katie, and they're like, "Oh, this girl's gonna whoop this." I'm just.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, trains passing in the night. Amanda Serrano's going up, Katie Taylor might be going down. That is what some people believe. I'm just backing my friend. I just want to be on board with Mysterious Frank. So forward all your complaints if Amanda Serrano loses to Mysterious Frank for me.
Are you Puerto Rican, Frank?
No.
Are you Hispanic?
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna say he does have that.
I have family in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why you like her so much?
I mean, she's kind of a beast. I don't know if you noticed that.
She fights while wearing Jordans,
which is sick. I mean, yeah. Katie Taylor with the black and gold KT, also pretty sick. Eddie Hearn's prediction: Katie Taylor inside the distance, plus 700 at DraftKings right now.
Wow.
A 7-1.
I should have told him put the money where the mouth is.
That'd be a big bet if it's coming from Eddie Hearn, I would assume. I don't know. I don't know if I see that happening. I don't know if I see her finishing Amanda Serrano.
It's 2-minute rounds. It's tough.
We can get into that later. Yeah,
All right, let's go.
I got a few bets.
What do you got?
All right, let's start it off. I mean, it's PFL week 2. We're not going to miss out on that. I mean, what can go wrong with PFL? Let's start it off with the singles. Adam Karish, moneyline, Israeli fighter, your boy. Undefeated prospect. We've seen him in Bellator, PFL Challenger Series. Not on the infamous, pre-recorded card, though. Undefeated, all 5 wins coming by KO, 4 in the first round. Big power, nasty ground and pound. He's going up against Klidson Abreu. He's lost 4 of his last 5. KO'd, last 2 times out, both being in the first round. I just think Karish is going to catch him and put him out. We should see a lot of finishes tomorrow in PFL. I wonder how the pacing's going to go with that. I worry it might get super slow with all the finishes.
Okay.
Yeah? No comment on that?
Nah, Yeah. I'm kind of over the whole pacing thing in PFL. I mean, it's just like one of those things that MMA fans like to complain about. Like, guys.
Sometimes it gets slow, man. Sometimes
it does. Here's the one thing that drives me nuts. It's like, and Bellator does it too. We're watching the event. I'm watching. Yes. I'm there. Oh, yeah. I'm already here. I don't need a 10, 15-minute breakdown of the Bellator Grand Prix. Give credit where it's due.
Yeah, you hate the desk, huh?
Oh, I fucking hate the desk. Excuse my French, but it is the worst.
Like the desk.
Why?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, my God.
I just know how strongly you feel.
Oh, I hate it. Now, the UFC used to do this all the time. Back in the early Fox days, they would go to the desk. It's like, yo. And what is one of the first things that Eddie said when he said what he liked about the UFC production? It moves. You're already there. You've sold us already.
There you go. Eddie agrees with me. Just keep it moving.
Keep it moving. So, yes, I agree. But it's like at this point, I don't know if they're trying to justify the talent. I don't know if they feel. Imagine, I get what they're trying to do. It's like the halftime show. But guys, it's different. They're not throwing to the studio after every 10 minutes. They're not going to Inside the NBA as great as that team is at the end of the first quarter. They're not. We're not getting a 10-minute breakdown on the first quarter. Enough.
You shrugged off the pacing so much, and now you're so...
Oh, well, you got me off fire.
I mean, come on. So, yeah, heavyweights. I'm curious as how many finishes we're going to... with the pacing and everything. All right, 2 parlays. Renan Ferreira, Brennan Longnane, Bruno Capoloza. Pays minus 125. Add on Ante Delija. A bunch of monster favorites, which will get good closing line value on PFL. What could go wrong? The monster favorites never lose. It's a lot like Bellator, so it's risky. Not going super heavy on it, but those are the PFL plays for this week. Hopefully we can find some success. Let's move on to UFC.
And that's tomorrow night, by the way. Last week they were on a Wednesday. Now they're on a Thursday. I think they'll settle in on Thursday, Friday.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think the next week with Kayla Harrison is on a Friday.
Yeah, that one drives me nuts. Why are you doing Kayla Harrison fight the night before UFC? It's just going to get overshadowed.
UFC pay-per-view, yeah.
UFC, that's what I mean, UFC pay-per-view.
Yeah,
I think Rory's also on that card. Like, that's one of their better cards. Nah. I would rather that on a Thursday.
That would be a good, like a Thursday, Wednesday spot for that one.
I think they're victims of, they go where the network tells them to go, where ESPN tells them to go.
Yes.
Yeah. So if there's an opening on a Friday, they're going on a Friday. I think they are hurt by that because you want a consistent day, but what the hell do I know?
Yeah. All right, let's get over to UFC. Daniel Lacerda, Daniel De Silva. Do you have any report on what it officially is? UFC site says Lacerda. Typology says De Silva.
I'm going with Lacerda.
I like Lacerda too for this one. He's fighting Figgy's brother, Francisco. It's a Figueiredo. It's not Davison. I'm just really not that impressed with Francisco. He's been outstruck in both his UFC fights, even against Jerome Rivera when he had over 7 minutes of control time. I mean, he just has so little output, under 2 strikes landed per minute. Lacerda, De Silva, whatever we want to call him, he's pretty much the exact opposite of that. He's super aggressive. He's kill or be killed. 11 wins, 11 finishes, KO potential, can also get submissions. He's dangerous off the back, numerous triangle chokes on his resume. So even if Francisco lands a takedown, which I'm assuming he's probably going to go in here and try to do, I still don't think he's out of the dark. And then in the striking, I think Lacerda is going to press forward, throw those huge shots, put the pressure on him, and just be able to outstrike him on the feet, which brings me to my next point. I'll also be taking Daniel Lacerda inside the distance at plus 250 because I think if he's going to win, I think it's a much bigger chance that he's going to win by finish rather than decision. I mean, this is a guy who's a slight favorite, and every single one of his wins has come by finish, but we're getting finish at plus 250. I think it's worth taking a shot on.
Okay.
So De Silva, Lacerda, that's who we're going with in that one.
Tomato.
Tomato. Next up, Christoph Jocko versus Gerald Meerschaert. We're going to take the over 1.5 in this one at minus 200. Jocko, he's just a decision machine. 5 straight, and 11 of his 15 UFC fights have gone to a decision. Only 2 finished under the 1.5. I think the only way this thing ends early if Gerald Meerschaert sinks in a submission, which obviously is possible. 10 of his last 11 wins are by submission. Quite a few didn't happen until late second round or early third round, though. I also just don't see Jocko finishing Meerschaert in this one, especially not early. Jocko, he's got solid takedown defense, 83%. In his last 4 fights, opponents are 6 of 25 on takedowns, so hopefully he'll be able to keep it on the feet rather than going into Meerschaert's area and risking the submission. I think he can avoid it for at least the over 1.5. It's going to be sweaty anytime it hits the mat. Wouldn't love it at 2.5, but I think we can get to the over 1.5 in this one.
Meerschaert on a bit of a roll?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Last 10 of his last 11 wins by submission. Last 3.
But ever since the Khamzat loss,
I know everyone says that changes everything.
Could have broken him.
I mean, it could have been. I mean, we cashed on Meerschaert in his last fight. That submission was huge. All right, next up, let's keep it rolling. Grant Dawson. I'm going to take him over Flash Gordon. So last time out, we see Flash Gordon get taken down by Joe Selecki. He gets controlled for like the first half of the fight. We were on Selecki. Unfortunately, we don't cash it because Flash Gordon comes back in the second half, gets the split decision win. Last time out, Grant Dawson. We were on Grant Dawson there. I mean, this dude falls off a cliff like we've never seen against Ricky Glenn. Completely dominates the first 2 rounds, racks up like 8 minutes of control time, comes out in the third. He's got nothing. Gets 10-8'd, ends up getting a draw. Now, Dawson has said, which is a big concern of mine taking him here, but he has said that that's a one-off occasion. That's not something we need to worry about, and I'm going to believe him because we haven't seen him fail in the third round like that before. Now to this fight. Dawson, he's likely going to have a similar game plan Selecki had in the last fight, and I think he's just going to be able to implement it better. He's a decent striker, not great, pretty good defensively, but he just constantly goes for the takedowns. And when Dawson gets someone down, he holds them down. You're not getting back up. In his last 12 rounds in the octagon, he has 6 rounds of 4 minutes or more of control time. So in his last 4 fights, half of the rounds have been spent him racking up control time for essentially the entire round. It's just him controlling. And I think that's what he's going to do here. We saw Gordon get taken down by Selecki. We saw him get controlled. I think Dawson's going to be able to do that better, rack up the control time. We're going to trust him that he's not going to fall off the cliff in the third round like last time, and I think he gets the decision win here.
That's some great insight right there. I mean, it's not just picks we're getting here.
You got to have a reasoning behind the pick. You got to have a research. You got to just be blindly throwing at it, man.
I think you should have your own podcast where you just break down fights and make
something like that, something like that. Stay tuned.
All right,
next up. We're getting to the end here. Arlovsky Collier. I'm going to take this one over 2.5. Andrei Arlovsky from 2017 to 2022, 16 fights. 13 of them went to decision. The finishes, he got KO'd by Francis Ngannou, KO'd by Jairzinho Rosenstruck, and choked out by Tom Aspinall. Is Jake Collier going to join this elite club this weekend and finish Andrei Arlovsky? I do not think so.
No, I don't think so.
Thank you. He's only got 2 finishes in his 10-fight UFC career. I mean, this dude 3 months ago was a minus 130 against Chase Sherman, who's now the talk of the town for being plus 1,200 against Alexander Romanov. He's a decent heavyweight, but he's not a world beater by any means. We've seen what Arlovsky has done to these guys over the last few years. Arlovsky hasn't finished anyone since 2015. Don't think he's a real threat to finish Collier here. I think this one lasts a little bit longer and we get the over 2.5.
I like that one.
Next up, this one is TBD, the first time in our pick segment history.
What do you mean TBD?
Yeah, I want to do the card thing like I did with Colby Covington. I want to take Marlon Vera plus 5.5 on the cards. They haven't dropped it yet, though. The books haven't dropped the line.
Really?
I think they're worried. I think they got wind. You know, I'm looking to drop the hammer on this one, so they won't drop it. So if they do drop it, I'm going to take it to win 1 unit. If not, I'll figure out something else to play on this fight. But I just love this bet of taking plus 5.5 on the cards with this. I mean, Cheeto's just so tough. He's never been finished. I think the only way that we see it end early is if Cheeto is the one finishing, which that would still cash this ticket in this situation. Then if it goes the distance, I think it's going to be a razor-thin fight. Sure, Rob's got the better boxing, but I think Cheeto, the way he mixes in the leg kicks, he gets better as the fight go along, usually a slow starter in the first round. He can use his grappling, keeps it super close. He's just a dog, man. I just don't see him going out there and getting 50-45 or something.
Now, what's the 5.5 mean again?
So it's like when it goes to the point spread. So when they go, like, so say it's 48-47,
Yes.
48-47, 49-46. Technically, Rob Font wins by 5. We cover with that one. Yeah,
I love that one.
I mean, I am a big fan of this one. I'm really hoping that the odds get dropped. I would take it minus 175 or better. I would take this one, maybe even more to win 1 unit. I mean, in his 6 decision UFC losses, 4 of them have been 29-28. So, he keeps these things close. I think this one's going to be a razor-thin close fight. And I think the only way a finish comes is if it's by Marlon Cheeto Vera. So I really do like this pick. So hopefully we can get the odds on it.
I love it. Now, what about...
Dog of the week? I want a dog of the week.
What about Cheeto money line?
I don't hate that. If I don't get odds on this, I'm going to do the Cheeto money line. Is that the H-Dow?
What did you call it?
The H-Dow. I want a dog of the week.
Oh, I love that. Jeez.
The rarest breed. I've also made up a graphic, so if we get an official one, you know.
What do you mean? But what about my other ones? I didn't get a graphic for those. Now it's a thing.
What is the graphic department? Just,
No.
just whip something up.
I'll tell you. There's a couple. By the way, Romanov Sherman. What is going on over there?
Look at that line.
What is going on?
People are saying this is the biggest favorite in UFC history. I don't know if that's
minus
confirmed or not.
2,200 versus plus 1,100. What the hell's going on there?
That's what I mentioned earlier. Jake Collier was minus 130 against Chase Sherman 3 months ago, and now Chase Sherman's plus 1,200, plus 1,100 at some of these books.
Chase Sherman, by the way, former in-studio guest on this program. He was once known as the Gift King. I don't know what the hell is going on over there, but I'll tell you, there's 3 that I'm looking at right now. Dogs of the week.
Yeah, let's
Number
hear it.
1, Gerald Meerschaert, plus 145. Number 2, Marlon Vera, plus 115. And number 3, my good friend Katie Taylor. I mean, it's just.
I knew about the Taylor. So these official plays.
Well, let me just look at Katie here. What is she as of this moment? Where is it? I'm looking at that website.
DraftKings Sportsbook plus 110 right now for Katie Taylor.
For some reason on your favorite proboxingodds.com, they have it under May 1st. That's a weird. Okay, yes. So as of right now, plus 110. Might have multiple dogs of the week.
All right, so these aren't official. The people come.
No. Okay. Yeah, no.
People come hunting for these things.
I have 2 official dogs of the week for you. Marlon Vera, Katie Taylor.
All right,
these are official.
The dogs are barking, baby.
Yeah, these are official. And
we're putting 5 straight on the line.
Can I tell you my hesitancy? Can I tell you my hesitancy? My hesitancy is that there are 2 main events. To me, the magic, the beauty of the dog of the week is finding the diamonds in the rough, the Mark Madsen's of the world, the Sarah McMahon's of the world.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is almost too easy. It's like free money. Come on. It's like too easy.
Wow. This man is jinxing himself right now, live on the air.
I wish I could say more, perhaps later in the week. I am going to the press conference doing the face-to-face, but I will just leave it at that. I really think what I said earlier about the Taylor Serrano fight is legitimate, and I think that look, Rob Font is great, and I think that it's good that people aren't overvaluing his loss, if I could say that, or overrating his loss to Jose Aldo, because Aldo is just so damn good. But I feel like we're not giving Cheeto the respect that he deserves here.
Yeah.
Very high on Cheeto.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a fantastic fight, dude.
In fact, I once said that Cheeto Vera is going to fight for a UFC title at some point.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's going to be a great fight. I mean, Marlon Vera, he seems to come on in the later rounds, and we've never seen him go 5 rounds. So what if he just keeps getting better as the fight goes on? I mean, he's a dog. So I'm with you on Marlon Vera. So hopefully I get the point spread. If not, I'm going to be riding the money line with you.
All right. Well, here we go.
All right, one more single here for you.
Oh, okay.
It's Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano goes the distance.
Yeah.
I took this one at minus 205. This is the best of the best going up against each other. Neither of them have obviously ever been finished. The biggest thing, you mentioned it earlier, Eddie Hearn mentioned it as well, there's less finishes. 10 2-minute rounds. I just think you have less time to get going. I know you're probably going to be more aggressive because you need to steal the round, but less time to like wear and get the TKOs. I know what Eddie said. I just don't really see Katie finishing her. I think the only way we see a finish is if it's by Serrano. But if you look at Amanda Serrano's 30 KOs, this is really getting deep here. On the KOs, the opponent has an average amount of losses, 7.4 losses on the record. When she goes to decision, average amount of losses, 4.6 losses. So she's KOing these lesser opponents. I think the quality of the competition is lower when she's getting these knockouts. Also, of the 30 KOs, TKOs, only 4 of them are actual KOs. 26 of them are TKOs. Is she going to TKO Katie Taylor? Is she going to make one of the best women in the world quit? Olympic champion, you mentioned it earlier, undefeated, untied as a professional. Is she going to make her quit? I don't think so. So I think this fight is going to go the distance.
Yeah,
and then,
strong bet.
Amanda Serrano, just for Frank, have a rooting interest. Shout out to the real deal, Amanda Serrano. She's got a song.
She does?
Yeah, a rap song. It's a great song. And then I got a multi-week boxing parlay that I'm hopefully will finish off on Amanda Serrano as well.
Oh yeah, you have the Errol Spence and Tyson Fury that you won.
Yeah, so hopefully it finishes off. You know what I think would be a great prop bet that they haven't released yet. The winner wins by split decision. You give me plus money on that, I'm taking it.
Yeah. Do they ever do that?
Oh yeah. You can do it on. You can get it on like the UFC main event. I'm hoping the boxing props are a little bit slower to release. Like they just released the other fights on this card this morning, so I'm gonna have like a boxing parlay for this card. Sky Nicholson, big favorite.
Also another Olympian.
Yes.
Are we just gonna Are we just trending towards Mondays being the MMA hour and Wednesdays being the boxing hour? Is that what we're moving towards here? Frank, I mean, is like, should we just take over that sport too? I mean, no one else is doing this. God knows. Should we just take over that sport too?
He's not even getting close to his microphone.
I mean, we could add a third day.
He has no interest in this.
Someone call...
Third day, the boxing hour.
Yeah. Someone call...
Corporate Alex just
bit.
slammed his desk shut and was like, not
what?
having it.
Who doesn't want to work more? I sure do. I've been thinking about the boxing hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be New York Rick and Jose Youngs.
Yeah, I was thinking about the boxing hour. New York Rick and Jose Youngs. Get out of here.
What?
The social media hour?
I thought that was the boxing hour. I thought that's what we were going to get.
What are they going to talk about? Likes and retweets?
Wow, really dumbing down their profession there. So yeah, those are the picks. I'll have a prop parlay as well as soon as I can get the lines on them. It's going to be a PFL UFC crosser. That Romanov Sherman not to go the distance. Vera Font over 1.5. And then Capoloza doesn't go the distance. Ferrer doesn't go the distance. Just need to get the lines on them.
All right, great stuff. I'll actually see you later in the week.
Yes. You will.
Are you going to any of the...
And our boy TST.
TST in the house?
It reeks of coffee in here. It smells like coffee beans in here.
Where's TST?
He's sitting right next to me. Here, let's put up Rick's camera. Let's go.
Wow. Minimalist tip of the week? First time ever?
I don't know. We're working on it.
Oh,
Stand by.
No, not his actual... There he is. Wow. TST in the house. Can you take off that hat, TST? I mean, come on. A little decorum, please. TST, my old producer from ESPN here, visiting, just in town.
I can't hear you until it gets that headphones back on.
Just visiting. Your microphone's the wrong way. I mean, it's a mess of a situation. Everything good over there?
I haven't been in an actual studio in over 2 years. This is wild to me.
It's kind of actually surreal to listen to your voice on this program.
I was actually with TST last time he was in a studio.
Wow. Oh, look at this. Wow, this is so weird right now. By the way, this is like the... do we have the curmudgeon, the social media curmudgeon?
Yeah, I think he's on the air. Doesn't even bother getting on the camera. I just see his name.
Unbelievable.
Yes,
Does he ever work?
I'm here.
Wow.
What are we on a Nokia over
Yeah.
here?
Wow, Jesus. This is what I walk into. I'm getting stabbed in the back by everybody.
I mean, not even a microphone. Are you going straight
What do
into
you
the
mean?
speaker? Like it's
What's
like the
going on, Rick?
like
It sounded better earlier.
it sounds horrible.
No, it's AirPods.
Oh, the AirPods is the worst. I mean, what a rookie move that is.
The fighter's gonna be in their car and have better quality.
Helwani's kryptonite. The
This is
AirPods.
one of the
This guy
worst-
plays
All right,
around.
I'll see you guys later. Bye.
I mean, no, all we're missing is corporate Jake here, and I have like every single producer that I've ever worked on. It's great. We worked with, I should say, actually Alex back in the old MMA hour days. This was nice. TSC, nice to see you.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
GC in the flesh, do his thing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I mean, I'm telling you, the whole control room reeks of like coffee beans.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
How many sit-ups have you done?
Today,
Yeah.
0 sit-ups today, but I was walking up and down the train. I mean, I cannot sit still for 4 hours. So I was walking over to the food cart, which was a couple carts down, just going back and forth, taking laps.
Do you have a quick minimalist tip of the week for us?
Oh, man. Good minimalist tip. As you guys were talking about the boxing hour being the Wednesday show, I was kind of hoping that you can make it the minimalist show. So let's see. Quick minimalist tip of the week. I gave you guys the 90-90 rule a couple weeks ago, so I won't do that. But so I will give you a minimalist workout routine.
Okay.
18 minutes. Put 18 minutes on the clock. Nonstop. 30. You do 3 stations. One is an upper body. I like push-ups or pull-ups. The next is a lower body. I like squats or lunges. Then the third one, I like doing sit-ups, crunches, planks. So you just go 20, 25 reps of each, or in a plank, 30 seconds. You just go around and around and around for 18 minutes. 1, 2, 3. 20-second rest. Go again until the 18 minutes is up. Minimalist workout routine.
There you go. Not
Can
only
you
a
imagine
minimalist
this
tip-
guy pacing the train as you're like? I would be nervous.
Yeah, I would be nervous. Yes, I would.
And I am always the last guy to board an airplane. I don't know what the rush
what's
is
the
to
rush?
get on the airplane. I'm the last guy because I will take as many laps around that airport as I can before I'm forced to sit in that tube of death for 3 hours.
Yeah. I also believe in airport calories not counting.
Mm.
So like I'll go to Cinnabon at the airport, but not, in my day-to-day life.
I would like more salad bars in airports.
Okay.
Why can't
all
we
right.
get those?
What's the deal with Ovaltine? TST, thank you very much. GC, thank you very much as well.